In this episode, I'm going to finish up summarizing the quest lore in Westfall. So if you skipped reading the quest in WoW and you want to know what happened without having to go back and play through it again, then let's jump in and find out what you missed in World of Warcraft. Last time we made our way to Sentinel Hill and met up with Hope, learned that there's a lot of homeless people hanging around the area, and found the dark figure doing some dealings in a nearby tower. We ended up witnessing this mysterious person holding a rally in Moonbrook, getting the homeless people pumped up to retaliate against the Alliance. But if you'd like to see the entire episode and every single quest summarized in detail that's affiliated with that chapter, then go ahead and click this link right over here. Okay, let's jump into the final chapter of Westfall. When you start off, you speak with Captain Alpert. He says that a shaman named Thoralius came here to study the elemental craziness that's really happening around the area. But maybe he can help with finding out who this shadowy figure is. So you run up to him, and he says that he helped the Valguard in Northrend in a similar way, so he might be able to assist you. Now, Thoralius hands you some incense, and it's not the type that just makes the room smell good. No, it's a full-on drug that'll put you in a trance. So it's safe to assume that you're gonna trip out, and most likely be pulled into the spirit world. And once you're in there, he says to let the spirits show you what they know. Also, you need to travel to the dead mines located in the old farmhouse. And when you're there, you might be able to find some more information because this area is very significant to Westfall. In fact, that's where you'll use the incense. So now you leave camp and enter the old farmhouse. Once inside, you make your way towards the dead mines. And once you get to the entrance, you walk inside and use the incense, which whisks you away into a vision, showing you the past and Van Cleef, who was the leader of the Defias Brotherhood, being defeated. The thing you didn't know, because everyone left after killing Van Cleef, is that he had a daughter, as you can see here when she walks out to see her father beheaded. Now the vision ends, and you make your way back to Sentinel Hill to talk to Marshal Stoutmantle. Once you get there, you tell him that Van Cleef had a daughter. And it's kind of funny because in the quest, he's like, "What? Van Cleef had a daughter?" So Stoutmantle actually feels kind of bad that Van Cleef's daughter had to witness her dad pretty much getting beheaded. And in mid-conversation, Hope walks out of the tower and reveals herself as Van Cleef's daughter. Except her name isn't Hope, it's Vanessa Van Cleef. She then calls upon her men who come out of the shadows and she reforms the Brotherhood. She also releases the Admiral, who was the Worgen that was all chained up. And it's revealed that she's the one who committed the murder on the Furl Bros. When asked why, she says that they knew who she was and she didn't take any pleasure in doing it, but it had to be done to conceal her identity. When this is all said and done, she orders her men to set fire on Sentinel Hill, while the Marshal tells you to get to Stormwind and inform the king about what's happening here. So you head on over to the flight path and catch a griffin all the way to Stormwind. Once you get there, you make your way into the keep and speak with Grand Admiral Jess Tereth. She says that she'll deploy a battalion of soldiers to Westfall right away, because when it comes to the Defias Brotherhood, you just don't want to deal with that again. Admiral Jess also says that you really shouldn't take the Brotherhood lightly, and that you need to head back to Sentinel Hill and inform Marshal Stoutmantle that help is on the way. From here, you make your way all the way back into Westfall and straight to Sentinel Hill. When you get there, you speak with Stoutmantle, who mentions that it took them 5 years to build what they have here and only 5 minutes for the Defias Brotherhood to burn it to the ground. When turning in this quest, you officially complete the third and final chapter of the Westfall storyline. But there's a lot of unanswered questions. Like, what happened to Vanessa Van Cleef? Why didn't we go into the dead mines? What's the Defias Brotherhood doing now? Well, when I was gathering this information on stream, the chat and I decided that we'd come up with a plan to explain all of this lore. And the plan is to do dungeon quest videos. And this will sum up the dungeon quests which are inside of the instances themselves, and kind of wrap up the zone that those dungeons are affiliated to. So once we get a good amount of dungeons to do, we'll do a compilation video of each dungeon and talk a little bit about the zones that they're found in. But as far as the quest lore goes for the chapters, we're officially done with Westfall. And that can only mean one thing. We're moving on to this place. Since Wrath Classic has been announced, and in my opinion it's the best expansion ever, we're going to start covering the quest lore up in Northrend. Specifically, we're going to start with Howling Fjord. And the reason why is because I put a poll out on the community tab a while back, and the majority of the people wanted that zone first. So I'm really looking forward to knocking out that content in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and if this is your thing, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, and also make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications. That way, whenever I go live for streaming, which I do every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, or when I post a new video, you'll be informed. And I'll see you next time in Northrend when we find out what happens next in the Tales of Azeroth.